We had a good day. We started out slow. Halfway through practice, after individual, we kind of brought the team together, and we didn't really have the enthusiasm that we should. And from that point on, the last hour of practice was really good in our Skelly period and our team periods. We had a lot of competition, so it's good. We're getting a number of young guys, considerable amount of work in our team periods, and obviously our three quarterbacks are splitting reps three ways, and so it's good to be back out here and get the players back from spring break. We've got a number of young players on both sides of the ball that are showing signs of giving us a chance to win games next year. So overall, we finished out practice strong, so now we're just going to get in there and root the Cowboys on to a victory.
When you make a decision to encourage a picked up pace, are you basing that off comparing to last year or comparing to the 7 previous years as head coach? What determines, hey, I don't like the way this is going?
Oh, I can tell when there's too many balls on the ground, guys aren't lining up right, and then, you know, part of our operation is having fun, get a smile on your face, be enthusiastic about practicing. And we didn't have that the first half, and it's much better in the second half. And then, you know, we want to move fast and play fast. You know, we want to push it as fast as we can to put pressure on the other team.
As far as when you look at the schedule, what exactly are you hoping to see between now and spring game and a few weeks down the road?
Well, we need to get better each day, and I know that's coach's talk, but we understand some returning guys are veteran players, and we know what they can bring to our team. We need them to stay in great shape and be leaders for the young players. And then we need to see improvement with the players that haven't competed as much for us on Saturdays in the last couple of years. They have to continue to get better and understand the importance of what we think factors into us having success in winning games, which is being in the right spot on defense, forcing turnovers, ball security, moving fast, and making big plays.
Mike, do you think you can get to a decision at quarterback before the end of spring, or is that still a little up in the air?
I hope. I would like to do it before the last 3 practices. I had mentioned before spring that as soon as we feel like we have a guy that is a starter, we want to name him our starter. I would prefer to not have a 2-quarterback system. I think the quicker that we establish who a starter is, or that person establishes himself as a starter, and we name him, it benefits Oklahoma State football.
Quarterback gets a lot of attention. How critical is the battle at center? Because it seemed like Grant Garner kind of spoiled everybody for the last couple of years.
I think it will be better on the offensive line than we were the last couple of years in this upcoming season, and we're replacing some really good players. You know, Levy's a good player for us. Obviously, Grant was the guy that was the captain of the ship, but we've got a couple of guys that'll battle in there that we feel good about. You know, we've got a great offensive line coach that puts them in a position to have a chance for success.
Talk about the battles you're seeing here at the top of the depth chart, the quarterback position, leadership, performance. What are you seeing?
Well, it starts off, you have to be able to lead the team. You got to get us in the right play. We got to be structured and organized, and that has to happen at a fast pace. Then you got to be productive in some form or fashion. You have to be productive enough to give the offense a chance to score points, and then the defense has to do their part. So all 3 guys bring something different to the table at this point. Each needs to continue to improve in their strengths and also improve in their weaknesses. But for the most part, you have to find a way to lead the team and win games.
Naming a quarterback so early, do you worry about the guy that doesn't win the job, maybe getting disenchanted or losing confidence?
Oh, I think you worry about a lot of things when you're naming a starter or quarterback, but my decision would be to name a quarterback so we know who we are and what direction we're going. And the reason for that is because in the summer, these guys practice and train on their own. We're not around. It's hard for 3 guys to say, let's go and this is what I want to do. It's easier for 1 guy to do it and the rest have to follow. And so if we name a starter and there'll be 2 that obviously aren't the starter, well, they have to get better. And you know, it's a challenge. That doesn't mean they may not be a great player or a good player at this school, but at that particular time we don't feel like they're our starter. So, I mean, that's just our responsibility. That's what has to take place.
Does it help the decision-making process, not only quarterback, but other battles, to see them with full pads out there, kind of give you a better idea?
You really can't replace full pads and live situations in football. Probably not in any sport. But for them to get out there and play the game and 11 guys be on the field on both sides and everybody else off the field and playing at a fast pace is really the only definitive way to decide if this guy's ready to play in the game.
You said this is the best collection of defensive talent you've had here. Are you starting to see some of the results on the field in practice?
Yeah, I think, you guys, if you watch us play, one thing you'll see is there's a lot of speed to the football. And we all know that the game's played in space now for the most part in college football. And you have to be able to get from point A to point B as fast as you can. Then you got to get a guy down who's probably pretty skilled with the ball in his hands. And so we're faster and more agile on defense than we've been since I've been here.